Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Throttle Up Aviation. It's me, Matt. Today we're going to be reviewing the Piper Seneca V, a absolute beauty of an airplane made by Carenado for FS2020. The textures, man, are just so high quality on this plane, it's unreal. I'd almost fight to say they're better than the ones on the Cessna Skyline. Now, we are here in Wetaskiwin with Seaflind, as per usual. And I suppose there's nothing stopping us from just hopping on into this review. So first things first, let's look at the exterior model. It looks absolutely fantastic. Every antenna, every rivet, every screw, every de-ice boot, every vent is modeled, and it is fantastic. They've even gone as far as to add some 3D modeling to the cowling air ducts here, where the cylinders are in the engines here, and they've gone even further as to add, it's better to see on this one, I think, yeah, as to add stickers on the propellers with part numbers and serial numbers. If that's the top of the plane here, we look at the bottom of the plane here, and let's look at the wing. If we look, the tie downs are modeled along with the fuel vent. And the wheels, let's take a peek at these guys. And they look fantastic as well. I mean, you just look at you can see the exhaust pipe there. And this thing just looks fantastic. They've even gone ahead and grabbed a really, really low quality, like, texture of like a metal braided cable. These wheels look absolutely fantastic. And that is what you get with Carenado, though. 9 times out of 10, you get an awesome quality airplane. The beacon light and the rudder all look fantastic on this aircraft. Definitely, if you're looking for a really high-quality exterior aircraft, it is fantastic. This is a green livery, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it was a Canadian livery, so I did pick it up, and we did then paint it up with Seaflind. And yeah, so let's just hop into the cockpit here and get started. I'm gonna kill him. Alright, in the cockpit now, as you see, same thing as in the Piper, or as in the, the Cessna 182. You get the beautiful tablet, which gives you static elements, which, you know, tie downs, wheel chocks, the whole 9 yards, only work when the parking brake is on. You can get external power, tow bar, you can show and hide your pilot and show and hide your co-pilot, and your passengers and baggage doors, you can open them as well. Baggage door, and this door actually didn't open. That door did, though. Anyways, close the doors. This has GTN 750 for support through the PMS 50 add-on. That will be in the description below if you want to go pick that up. I suppose apart from that, let's take a quick peek. Everything in this plane is beautiful and just crafted by hand. It just looks super, super good. Everything from the levers and even something as simple as a wing flap indicator. They all just look 3D and they look really, really good. But I suppose, apart from that, let's get fired up here, and like I said, we are flying, usually we fly quick view to Wetaskiwin, but I think we've outgrown that now with the Seneca, so we're actually going to fly from here to Edmonton. So let's get fired up. First things first, we're going to go battery and altitude on, beacon lights coming on, mixture full rich. Run the boost pump here for a minute or two, wherever the hell the boost pump is. I've actually forgotten where the boost pump is. Everything needs a boost pump. We're just gonna fire her up. Right, left, both, and in the sake of realism here, we're just gonna fire up the left engine. Might help to turn the fuel on. Here we go, left engine's fired up, and we'll fire up the right engine. There we go, it's fired up too. We can turn on our navigational lights. And, yepper. And we'll turn on avionics on as well. And get this thing set for direct to Seayig. Oh, yes. So now, as you guys saw in the Piper Arrow, this one does not have a customizable dash. You can't, this is what you get, or you can, you know, mod in the PMS50 thing, but that's all you get. Which, I mean, I wouldn't say is a big problem. Alright, well, let's, get started, I suppose. This thing, oh, it doesn't do it anymore. So we will set up our frequencies, 122.8 for local advisory. 135.025 for Edmonton radio. Alright, well then, let's rock and roll. I suppose we're ready to go. Let me make sure that this thing still is showing. Alright, cool. Wetaskiwin traffic, Piper Seneca, Foxtrot, Lima, November, Delta, taxiing from South Hangars, Delta to the run-up bay, Wetaskiwin. So we'll go down there and do a quick run-up. As we will just look at all the functions and features of this here aeroplane. Wetaskiwin traffic, Lima, November, Delta, backtracking, 1-2, Wetaskiwin. And we'll turn on our pulsing landing lights. But this plane just sounds really good. Like, it just sounds. I just love the way Carenado makes their planes sound. And the Seneca's always been one of my favorite twins, so let's not run her off the end of the runway here. Right, never mind. I guess we're running her off the end of the runway. And let's rock and roll. And Wetaskiwin traffic, Lima, November, Delta is on the roll. 1-2 left-hand turn out. Northbound Edmonton next. Gonna be switching over to radio. Alright, so we're in here now. I don't have takeoff trim set, but it's already like, look at how fast this plane is. This thing's super duper quick. There's 80 knots. Rotate. Got a positive rate. Pull that gear up. That was a no flaps takeoff, and it was just up, up, and away. Now, there's nothing saying we couldn't get this thing into creek view, but I don't have a problem getting out. I have a problem getting in and getting stopped. This plane does tend to take up a lot of room just trying to get stopped. Actual stuff. Edmonton radio, Lima, November, Delta, with you just off the ground with Wetaskiwin, climbing through 4,500 for 5,000 en route to Edmonton.
Lima, November, Delta, Edmonton radio, good evening, squawk 0474.
0474, Lima, November, Delta.
Lima, November, Delta, you're identified, proceed direct Edmonton, expect runway 30.
Expect 30, Lima, November, Delta. Enough contact, Maze?
That's going for 20.
You only got 6.
Well, there's still time.
So now that we're basically up, it wasn't an invitation. Alright, so in the outside of the airplane here, we are, I mean, it flies super straight. It's super easy to fly. Like, I could turn on the autopilot, but it's just so easy to just level it out and just fly it straight. Looks like someone's in a DC-6. That must be that PMDG unit. So we're leaned out now. I'm about 2,400 RPM on the throttles and about, I don't know, I pulled the throttle back about 75% power. And we're just cruising right now. And it flies super straight, super level, and that gives us more time to talk about the interior. It looks really good. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's got wear all in the right places. You can see, like, oh, it's been used. People put their feet there and stuff like that. Like, it just looks fantastic. I'm really, really impressed. There is nothing wrong with this airplane other than nothing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward along to when we get to Edmonton, so I will see you guys there.
November, Delta, Edmonton, Altimeter 3015.
Alright, so welcome back aboard, everybody. We're just about to turn final here in Edmonton. Runway 30 is the number that we're going to be using. Oh, I hate that gear warning. So, We're just gonna get her slowed down here a little bit. And gear coming down.
Lima November Delta, winds 1008, cleared to land, runway 30 Edmonton.
Clear to land 30, Lima November Delta. Give her some notches of flaps here, get her all trimmed out for my speeds. Now we'll give her full flaps. Piper always has ridiculous flaps on their planes, and this one is no exception. Like, look at the sink I've got going there. If I don't keep her up, she's gonna fall out of the sky. And if you're short like me, you can do that, but that's kind of unneeded in this airplane. And this plane really likes to stall and just lose all of its lift at like 80. Oh, beautiful landing. And flaps in transit coming up. We're just gonna keep that nose up as we fly on in here. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. Oh, I can't do it much longer. We'll let the nose wheel come down and settle.
Edmonton Radio, Cafe 99, just requesting we have 5 minutes away from the flight deck, please, sir. Cafe 99, no problem, let me know when you're back. We'll let you know when we're back, thank you, Cafe 99.
I'm just gonna jaunt in here. Skirt! And radio Lima November Delta, clear on one of the Alphas. Request to taxi Alpha to the ramp straight ahead of us.
Lima Delta, welcome back to Edmonton. Turn right on Alpha, Whiskey 87, your discretion.
Alpha Whiskey Apron 7. Now we're just gonna stop here. And shutdown checklist is super simple. We're just going to turn all of our lights off. Avionics will come off. We'll just do a diode mag check. And, of course, as soon as I do that, the game thinks I'm shutting my engines off. We'll do another one. Yeah, they do shut off. And then we're just going to pull the mixture. Alright, and then we will just shut off those. And then we will shut off battery and alternator. So, overall, my rating for the Seneca is definitely a solid 4 out of 5. Where it lost marks on is if we look here, if I just hop into showcase mode, and this is something I'm going to start doing on all my airplanes that I review, is they're going to get a star rating. I'm being really anal about it. If I look at the landing light, it doesn't look that good. It's very low res. The strobe light's kind of there too. This whole wingtip is kind of mushy, and it doesn't look as good as the rest of the airplane. Another thing it'll lose marks on is, what was the other one that I had in mind here? Ah, yes, the rudder trim, it doesn't look pronounced. The line at the top is kind of mushy. It looks like there could be some more work done to make it look a little bit better, but that's really just me being anal. Now, if we hop into the cockpit here, another thing that would be really great is I'd like to see an option in this airplane where you can have it as a glass panel, like either a G1000 or a G500 or something along that stretch. Because don't get me wrong, the steam gauges is great and something in FS2020 hard to come by. However, it's just something that could be another thing that could be done. One more thing, and my final thing that I think I'd love to see is, these vents don't look very 3D to me. I mean, I could be missing something. I think I am. Yeah, they look okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna, yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 4.2 now, out of 5. But apart from that, I mean, everything is just super good looking on this airplane. So, I mean, if it fixed that, and if those were the only issues is landing lights and some textures, I mean, this is basically a perfect airplane, and I have zero complaints about it. So, apart from that, I'm basically done my blabbering. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let us know down in the comments what else you want to see. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and adios.